Okay, yeah, we're going live now. This is another one. I would do Okay, we're starting now. It's good. That's cool. Actually, can I get some hold on. I need a new window. And then just like just like I need like 10 hours of ocean sounds. What does this sound like? Just randomly. There we go. Now it's like legit. I'm underwater, guys. I didn't even realize I had two people watching me earlier. That was kind of crazy. It was nice. It was a nice little experience beforehand. There's this octopus. You can't even see him because he's behind me. I could chroma myself out too. I don't really know. Actually, let me see if I can chroma. That would be so stupid. You got to do. Where is it? You chroma key to green. Opacity. No, not green. Let's do. Is there a way to do custom color? And then we select like my face. We say okay. I'm completely gone. Oh my god. Smoothness. I don't know that. It's too much color spill. Make myself like you can't even see this yet because it's like real bad. Oh, look at me. I'm gone now completely. Okay, no, you can see me. I was just off and delayed. This is not going to work. I could change the color to my sweater is, you know. Say okay. At least there we go. And then it's just my head. I'm black and white. Contrast up and down. Similarities. It's completely gone. No, this looks like shit, but whatever. Before and after. Before and after. Before and after. Okay, there we go. That's fine. That's fine. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Back and good. Anyways, yeah, I was watching the Mr. Enter thing. It was a good me like really hating on that. Let's see, what other updates do I have in regards to this? Trying not to talk about iDubbbz anymore, so talk to my doctor. My doctor said don't talk about iDubbbz. It will literally kill you. You will die if you continue to talk about iDubbbz. And so I've decided I will no longer talk about iDubbbz anymore, and probably end up talking about iDubbbz at some fucking point. I cannot help myself. Let's see here. Can we pop out the chat? Thank you. That way I can like close this and then I get the chat over here on one side. Not that like it really matters. Not that this matters. Not that there is any matter of this. Let's take a look here. Looky loo at the good old world that's going on right now. Not a whole lot of updates over here. I did buy an SM7B, as everybody is aware of, during my first stream with whatever it was that I was doing. I don't even remember what I was playing Coin Game, and I had some level issues because I accidentally kept it on a stereo mode, even though I have it in monaural. And also I was having problems with channel 2, and I switched over to channel 3. For whatever reason. So now things should be working a little bit better now. They should be working a little bit better now. We can start like getting back into the habit of talking about things. Oh damn, this turtle only has one back fin, or I don't even know what you call those on a turtle. Is it just a leg? Did he get snipped off? Did a shark eat it? That's my question. That's what I want. It's like he's got a rudder. That's kind of cool though. Like think about it. Like if you're a turtle and you got like a rudder instead of two of them, I guess you got steering yourself with a. I don't know why I'm thinking about that. That would be really cool. Just thinking to myself, like, you would be faster in the water. Like, you ever see that video of the guy who's like, he's like really fast underwater? This is way loud. I can already tell that the background sound is probably way too loud and I'm way too quiet. I turned it down a little bit to make it more reasonable. The post is just like, bro. I don't know. Still too loud, probably. There's no. I did boot everybody off of the stream. Go away! We're not playing video games anymore. I rage quit on Kirby 64 again because I ended up just watching Mr. Enter. It was the Mr. Enter that got me mad, not the game. The game is fine. It's the Mr. Enter that it just really does throw me over the lid. I will probably watch something else pretty soon. I gotta be real careful with the content matching and the backgrounds. Make sure people don't see things they shouldn't see. Don't go on your. That should also not go on my phone. I'm looking for like stuff to talk about mostly. The holidays are upon us, and business has been kind of crazy at work, and I can't really talk too much about that. But some people are just crazy. Like, that's just how it is. Like, you get to a point where you just don't reply back to some people because you're like, this is not going to help me. I'm just going to have to deal with it after the fact. I don't care anymore. My boss went on a business trip too, so today it's been surprisingly quiet from the rest of the team. But yeah, the usual complaining about the internet stuff has been pretty consistent over on my side. I mean, I've been just like talking about how the algorithm is like getting progressively worse, and that's been the last few RFS. Now, I will say that part of that is probably my fault, like not like putting in enough effort. What it is that they want you to interact, and if you don't interact and you're just a watcher, like if you just watch and you don't like stuff, the world is not for you anymore. It used to be that like you got suggestions based on what you saw, but it's not like that anymore. Now it's like, oh, you haven't liked any of these things. Maybe you don't like anything. Maybe we gotta keep suggesting Shane Gillis videos to you, even though you've never liked this guy before. I don't know. And I made that point during my last video. And yeah, I mean, it's not like I don't like some of the stuff. It's like fine. It's milquetoast. It's like pointless. There's no reason to like watch any of that shit. Comedians are not funny anymore, like at all. Like it's hard. It's so weird to see like somebody who's actually funny just be completely like people being in complete awe of somebody who's actually funny, and then like have this like cavalcade of people around that are just like, doing the same thing. Let's go to this news website real quick here. Little news website stuff. I mean, I think people have seen the Hassan Piker thing, which is pretty funny. Actually, like if you haven't, like I don't want to really show that actually. Now, I will pause the underwater sounds. In fact, I'm going to pause this for a second too, so that I can like start getting into the topical side of things. I was thinking about other things I could react to, and reaction videos are pretty terrible, so I don't really want to do that. But it's just me shouting. It's like all that it is. Where is my dude? Where? Oh, it's on. I have 3 browsers open. Don't ask. I don't have an answer. At one time, you had 2 concurrent viewers, and then they left because you stopped playing games. Started just like talking about nothing. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not really too keen on the whole point here. Actually, let me open OBS for a second here, and then go back to muting this whole dealio here. if we can filter out the chroma key off this guy here, and then we close that, and then we reduce and minimize this. We could bring back, we could do this guy right here instead, and then I bring this into view. Oh man, now I look like the Joker. I'm the Joker, baby. Wrong one. Can you get the correct? Hey, me. Can I hit that on the correct thing there? Yeah, thank you. Select color, and then what I do is I make it red. Ooh, that's good. I like that. Contrast is all the way up, and then your brightness is, there you go. Yes, thank you. That's very nice. Oh wait, hold on. I clicked on the wrong thing. There we go. Oh, look at that. I'm in the fire. That's very nice. Who needs VTubing when you have me like literally burning in fire? To my friends who like don't know what that is, good. To my single concurrent viewer who is now realizing that I've restarted the stream because I have. Yeah, I mean, I literally don't have anything to talk about. I got all pissy off of that stupid Mr. Inter video. I was like, I guess I could keep watching those if I want to keep being mad at things that he has to say. There's multiple of those videos that I hate. You know, like, what are you doing? It's the backgrounds. I mean, the last one, the one with the tubes in the background was very, very nice. And I do have lots of tube videos to show. I'm supposed to get into the mic like this. You're supposed to talk like this the entire time and talk directly into the microphone because it is a dynamic. But then I always just like walk around and move my head around. And I can't help myself, and you know how it is. But anybody see the? Yeah, you should. I should talk about the Casey Tron thing too. That's super funny. Because I don't care about Ethan Klein at all. Like I think nobody should. But suing somebody because they live reacted to your video and then making them force an apology is pretty funny. Oh look, I got a video. Cool. That's very nice. That's super cool. This work stuff. I could get the cats in here. That would be cool. That's just jumping all over me. I was supposed to clean a little bit more. I do have some trash. It's because the recycling wasn't available for like 3 weeks. And I have like 4 bags of cans of cat food that I have to take out. Now I have to take it to work because I keep forgetting. But I've had laundry in my car for like 3 weeks. This is my life, unfortunately. This is how I run my life. What else was I going to talk about? There's not. I mean, like I could just. I was going to talk about some music theory. You know. I'm in. I did switch to flats, not flat wounds, but like to the flat tuning. So now I'm out of tune all the time. You can't even see what I'm doing. Yeah, it's like hard. I need another. I would need. Well, I have another camera. We do separate. This is the camera of death. Snap. I always snap this motherfucker in my face all the time, like on accident. Like I can't help it. Like the clip is so bad that I've hit myself in the face like 9 times. 9 times. But it's a big booty. How can you be how can you be a fat I can't even say it because it's like I'll get kicked off YouTube. How can be a fat without any booty? Oh my, now I'm like literally playing guitar with the camera. How do I do the thing without it making a huge mess? I think I'll be okay, but I need to be able to. God damn it! I'm almost. This is literally the Mount of Doom, though. Like I'm fucking Jonan Vasquez or something. The Mount of Doom. Temple of Dick. Come on, like I'm freaking. Whoa, that is not a real screw. That's crazy. This is the worst mounting system ever. The Temple of Dick, like I'm freaking Tourette's guy. How do I adjust this again? It was like this is ball 1. Oh boy. That is now on there. And I grab the other one. It's upside down. Oh no, it is right side up. It's just okay, good there. And then this is supposed to move, I think, but I can't figure that out. Oh, it's upside down. Ah, upside down. Of course, it's elemental, my dear Watson. Like the computer. Remember that shit? Remember like when AI was like new and people were like, it's gonna be the supercomputers that are going to kill us, and things are gonna be real bad and stuff. And then it turns out that people just use it to make like porn. Supercomputer. This is not gonna work out like that. Like I just take this off and hold my horse. Hold your horse is. And then get rid of this stupid crap. I have like multiple camera mounts. I have one. Well, one of them's already being used, obviously. Obviously, the one being used right now. Come on, it's real. I can't keep doing voices like this. Like it's gonna just completely ruin me. It's gonna be the death of me. Scene 4. I'm on scene 2. Let's not do that. And then mention me. What is that? What the fuck is that? What is that? What the fuck is that? What the fuck? What the fuck is that? Oh, there we go. Yeah. Hello. Oh, that's my other. I have more than one camera. I just realized. I have like 4 cameras. Oh shit. Oh shit. That's gonna work, I guess. I'll say okay. That's fine. You can see my crotch. You can see me crotch. I've been like doing the Gordy accent like all day. It's super funny. This is very disjointing. I will admit. I will say that this is very disjointing. Disjointed and stupid. And we're out of tune, so. Is it this? What was the A and the D? I don't know why. What is that? Let's take a look at the stars above. Oh yeah, I forgot that we're playing that. That's gonna be hella far away. What day is that too? What is the 3rd? Like that's a month from now. So, what day is the 3rd? What day? Where's the calendar? How do I figure that out? How do I figure out life? What is my life without calendar? What the hell? Calendar. There we go. It's a Saturday. Well, then I should be fine. Wait, what? Hold on. What's the second? Me, not me. Not me. Me. Oh shit! I work that day. I will have to change my day off to a different day. To a different day. I will. It looks like I will have to. Oh, the video of me. I'm like so delayed that it's like it's on me fooling around with the the adjustment. It's bad. You have the cable for that? I can do it. And there are some bottles on the ground that will be hit by the cable when I connect into this. And I got Popeyes earlier, and they have stupid Five Nights at Freddy's on it. And I have extras for later. Five Nights at Freddy's 2. It's like, I get that they made a second game. First of all, the second game is literally the same as the first game. There's like no difference from what I remember. from what I recall, not much of a difference there. I'm like, what's the difference? Okay, what else? And then yacht. Make it fast. It's the Grail Spring. Let's do plate reverb. And can I just do like blend all the way up? Do the dampening. It's like it's way too much. I mean, you gotta blend it in like. Ah, yes. So, some principles of good old little music theory here. If I was to teach somebody how to play guitar, the very, very first thing I would tell them is this: like, I've learned the tips and the tricks to learn everything. So, as far as like what to learn first, you must learn the concept that. You may not need to know every fucking key, every chord, everything like that. All you really need to know is that if you go up the strings, they get deeper in tone. And as you go the other way, they get higher. And depending upon how you tune your guitar, and I can turn this off, you're going to get different tonalities and pitches and all that stuff. I'm just going to drop the cable on the ground. And your main goal as a guitar player is to either provide the melody for something, or you're trying to provide rhythm. We can do both, Anyways, the main thing, though, is knowing what to play, which is hard for a lot of people. Very, very difficult for a lot of people. Just start with like 2 chords. So if you want to make a chord, it depends on the kind of tuning that you're using. So if you're using like a standard tuning, of course you have you have to know a little bit about music theory, but essentially when it comes to music, there's this whole concept of root, third, fifths, fourths, sixths, seventh, and then there's nines, and that's all based on the relationship between. That's the second, the third, minor third, the fourth. That's in between. Which I always forget. Which one? I believe one is diminished. The other one is a suspended. We'll create a suspended chord. There's the fifth. And the rest of it, you know, sixth, seventh. Or ninth, seventh, sixth, fifth, sixth, seventh, ninth. The octave. I'm buzzing right now because of the tuning. But on an electric guitar, you know, if you're tuned to standard tuning, same with the acoustic guitar. The classical guitar, you're going to be like basically only playing whatever notes that need to be played at any given time. Meaning like you'd only fret the notes that you need to play. And if you play classical guitar and you don't do that, people will fucking yell at you. And I mean this. Now, there's a very important thing to learn before you even pick up the guitar, and that's rhythm. So your music theory stuff, your ideas about where things are, doesn't really matter all that much. I mean, it does, but you can use your ears to figure a lot of that stuff out. The thing that will be hard for you, if you out there in movie land, is that you will have some difficulty understanding things if you don't understand rhythm. And this is the biggest issue that I had being in bands with people, because I'm a drummer, and trying to explain to somebody the difference between and. If they don't understand rhythm, that's never going to happen. You're just going to get. People might not know what the differences are. If that makes any sense. Which, if you think about it, like all rhythm really comes down to is what your meter is. So, like if you're doing it in 6, right, and you know, 3, 1, 2, 3. That would be 6. 1, 2, 3, or we slow it down. 3, 1, 2, 3, oh. Now, if you're doing it in 4, which is common time, which is basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can break that down into what are called subdivisions. And a subdivision is like the building block of what like playing drums is. But basically, think of it like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 1 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2. 3, 4, 1, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. If you practice that, you're gonna start getting somewhere. So you got to think like that. Like that is music. Fundamentally, is understanding like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I put a little swing in there, so we can talk about that later. But 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 And in drums, you don't have to worry about shit because it's always like a hit is a hit. Like in drums, this and 1 and you know, of course I put my other hand in there, but like what I meant was like they're the same thing, right? But if you have an instrument like a saxophone, you know, there's a difference between and so that's also rhythm. That's part of rhythm. Understanding how long a note is held for is part of rhythm, you know? Like so this is a major triad. This is also a major triad. Roots and fifths. But the rhythm is the same. Okay? Catch my drift, all right? So, if I was teaching a kid how to play guitar, I would literally, before you even fret a note, I would say, with my hand over here, which you can't see, or if it's bass, you know. So once you learn how long a note should be held versus how short a note should be held for different types of notes, like if you're talking a quarter note should be held for less time than a whole note. A whole note or a half note or a quarter note should be all held at different amounts of times. And same for an eighth note, right? And a 16th note is even shorter. Although the value of the note, meaning like, you know, that actual, you know, where it's at is just where it's at. The hard part is knowing how to play something with, you know, if you're sight reading it, you know, how to read the thing, right? That's the hard part of it. Now, for guitar, the most important thing that I've learned over the last few years, more than anything, is this. And just understand this. This instrument has the ability to do some things that other instruments don't have, right? Like if you're on a piano, you can't bend a note. But on guitar, you can only bend a note when you're in the natural position, meaning like when you fret a note. Of course, you try not to hit other notes. You can only bend it up from your positioning, meaning you can start at a bent note and go down, but you can't go the other way. So if you start here, like for example, if you start on this string, the bend is the same. No matter which way you bend your note, up or down. So this is only possible if you bend the note down. Versus, you know, most people just bend up. It's cleaner to bend up. Unless you're on the E string, then you can't do that. So what's that mean? What that means is that, one, this is the thing that I've learned recently. Vibrato is only up pitch, not down pitch. Meaning, like, if you vibrato, or you're going, you're always going to be out of key. That means that, like, all these guitar players that are like, you need to bend to a note, make sure you're at a note, every time they do a vibrato, they're out of key. They're always out of key because of that. You're pitching, if you're doing a vibrato in key, like going up and down from the note, you have to start somewhere. And some guitar players know that. Not a lot of them do. Now, I'm getting bored of myself. So that I just wanted to point that out. That was like one of the major like revelations that I've come to in the past few months, is that as a guitar player, all this time I thought like, oh, like I could just do whatever I want. Now I'm like, oh, you actually can't. This is getting a little bit boring. I guess I could just start talking about more. Okay, they're starting to message me stuff from work. Um, Talk about some other things. Grand opening. Take a screenshot. I'll post it later. People always ask me like, why do you post stuff later and not like as soon as you get it? And it's like, well, like what are you doing? Posting like retweeting your friend's stuff literally as soon as everybody else does it at the same time. Like everybody knows. Like you got to give it some time, people. You got to give it some time. If you don't give it time, then like, oh my god, like I'm not gonna go too far into it. Let me move some. I got Rockstar cans in the way. I can't see what I'm doing. I was drinking IPAs last night. Yeah, don't ask. I literally because I go to grocery outlet to buy. Oh, dude, the picture's still there. That's super funny. The guy, look, he's burning. The Today I Will guy is burning. Also, the other video I can get rid of it. The dick cam. Hold on, let me. How do I get rid of this? I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I thought I knew this. There we go. I thought I knew all about OBS, but no, I'm wrong. Unfortunately, I'm wrong. Unfortunately, I'm wrong. Ben Shapiro. I was talking about how like you know what's funny about Ben Shapiro is the fact that like I don't agree with him politically, but to think that like of all of the like crazy like political streamer people like Tim Pool and like Nick Fuentes and like all those people, to think that of all of those people he's like the most normal one. It's like why like, he's not really normal, but like if you actually met him in real life, he would like probably be respectful and like normal and like not be a dickhead, which is kind of a weird thing to think about. Like that's like oh like I wouldn't like have a problem just being in a room with Nick with what's his name again? I already forgot his name. How do you forget somebody's name like immediately after you just said it? Like what is wrong with my brain? It Ben Shapiro, yeah. It's like, and it's like I would not, you know, it's like in a couple of years that opinion will change too. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? No, I'm saying. No, I'm saying. Damn, I want to watch more Mr. Enter videos and laugh at that shit because that shit was so fucking insane. He's doing a review of every single Cartoon Network show. I saw that, and I was like, yeah, dude, like every single. In fact, let's hold on. Let me do something here. Let's undo color correction on this. Check this out. Yeah, I'm burning. Yeah, I was already burning, but like whatever. Dude, I want to see what else he has right now. It's so funny, man. I don't want to get too far into the cringe stuff because I remember one time I watched Kickassia, and then my car got broken into. It was my girlfriend's car, but like car got broken into literally that day. I Am Weasel is the most okay show of all time. Like, what do you even mean, man? How Dexter's Laboratory reinvent? Like, he is actually insane. Like, my guy, as if you don't know that Ren and Stimpy exists. Actually, has he ever reviewed Ren and Stimpy? He did 6 years ago. I wonder if he liked it. Animated atrocities. Oh, he's made multiple animated atrocities episodes about Ren and Stimpy. What? I want to see what the other animated atrocities are. Season 6. Why does he have 6 seasons of this shit? Season 1. SpongeBob Splinter episode. When was this? 12 years? Jesus. And almost 1 million plays? Like, how do you get 1 million plays off this? Dude, it's like multiple episodes of My Little Pony. like the old one, not like even the Arthur's Big Hit is on here. Oh my god, yo, dude, let's watch him talk about Arthur's Big Hit. That is actually one of the funnier things that I've seen. Oh, it's in the old aspect ratio? That's sick. Hell yeah. That's the wrong thing. I'm trying to click on me, my guy. Arthur's Big Hit.
You botch up a moral this badly. Let me rephrase that. In a series that could handle serious issues like Alzheimer's, dyslexia, and even cancer. Children, how the hell do you botch up a moral as simple as violence is wrong? I haven't watched Arthur in like a decade and a half, so I'm mostly going from memory here. It's not that it's a bad show. In about a week
the quality of the rip that he got is so crazy. It's like a DVR rip. It's like not even a real he didn't get this from like an actual DVD rip. He got this from a DVR rip from TV.
During its 17th season.
That's crazy.
Yeah, both Arthur and the Magic School Bus are cartoons that are just as good as you remember them. With that being said, on to this particular episode, which is a very tricky subject.
Also, like, okay, so this is from like 12 years ago, right? You know, probably over a decade ago. It is also one of those situations where like you're relying entirely on the content of what you're reviewing and not your ability to review something in the first fucking place. Actually, let me do something first, like real quick. I wanna change the thumbnail. Can we do that? Is that possible? Would I be able to do that? Would I be able to do that thing? Or is the thumbnail already customization, details? Oh, here we go. I had the worst picture ever. I don't think it'll let me change it. Oh, it does. Nice. Hell yeah. Let me change it. It's pretty funny. Dude, I've been watching these because it's like
beating around the bush.
It is cringe, but it's also like
and see what happens when a character tries to retaliate against a karma Houdini.
It does remind me of a simpler time when these people all look like Jar Jar Binks, which is very odd. It reminds me of a simpler time when you had the Blip TV era where like all this stuff because of course this is actually from like what year was this actually? I mean like let's just zoom out. Zoom 12 years ago, so that was 2013. So that's still like in the beginning of people switching back over to YouTube because like I mean Blip TV era was like 2010, 2009, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012. That 4-year period. By this time, I am a 21-year-old man. And I do not give a crap about cartoons like this. I would never watch somebody make this sort of thing when I was like 21 years old. I'm 33 now, though. So it's already quite fascinating to me to watch somebody who, you know, is still doing this, made this kind of content and is still making the same kind of content, which is quite embarrassing. But only on one level, right? Like there's probably like a million people out there, a billion people, who would be very upset at me making fun of this kind of show, right?
Starts at a boxing match of all places where Arthur is about to fight. He's confident that he's going to win. However, the challenger happens to be his little sister DW. If I recall,
it starts out as a flashback to it starts out as a dream sequence.
There ends up being a DW in the audience, and the one in the ring happens to be Binky in disguise. He's, I guess, the school bully.
Because it's a nightmare,
apparently they figured that Arthur would rather fight someone his own size.
He's apparently the school bully. Like, did you not watch Arthur?
DW in the audience, laughing and eating popcorn, foreshadowing the main problem with the episode, which we will get to. The camera pans over
the fact that he beat his sister.
And DW starts asking about it, annoying Arthur. The episode puts great emphasis on her annoyance. Trust me. She spills his paint, and then sometime later, she sneaks into Arthur's room and touches the plane.
Well, she's a bitch. I mean, that's the whole point.
She blames Arthur for getting paint on her hands. Okay, kids, let's play a game called Count the Dumb Decisions. Dumb decision number 1.
He's blaming this. Hell yeah, he's blaming the sister for being
into his room and messing with his model
being a
plane.
bitch.
Finally, Arthur's finished the plane, and we immediately get dumb decision number 2. Him not anticipating that DW will come into his room and try to play with his model plane again.
he's like the number 1. See, he should have closed his door because it's like it's a fucking cartoon. Like, what are you talking about?
Arthur not explaining exactly why DW shouldn't touch the model plane. Oh, that's right.
Well, you're mad at her. You're mad at this kid. He's a kid. He's supposed to be a child. What are you mad about that? What the fuck? Getting mad? Well, the problem is that Arthur did not tell her about the ground rules. It's like it's a fucking kids show.
Arthur undisputedly the bad guy in this episode. Writers, it doesn't work that way. It just makes Arthur seem out of character and completely stupid. Oh, what a
No,
shocker.
it doesn't.
W goes into Arthur's room and starts playing with his model plane. And then
They're just showing
tosses it out the window.
She's
Writer's
a dumbass.
Number 2, I guess. Showing how painstakingly long it took Arthur to make the model plane, and how much DW annoyed him through the process.
I mean, that's the whole point.
To make a normally calm, collected
He's
guy
so
break.
bad at
But
figuring this shit
unfortunately,
out.
his sympathies go
It's
for the wrong
crazy.
character. She goes
I
downstairs.
mean, I get like
and
this
says
is
that
like
Arthur
a
made the plane
20-year-old,
all
but like
wrong, Arthur, I broke it. Not, sorry, Arthur, but she just said that Arthur
That's
made
still
the
the
plane
funniest
wrong.
part.
In her head, she is not responsible for breaking Arthur's belongings.
She's a
She
child.
goes outside as
'Cause she's a
storm is
fucking
brewing for
child.
dramatic effect, and sees that his
I
plane is
told
broken.
you not
DW
to touch
sees
it.
blaming for Arthur for the broken plane, and then he hits DW.
Yeah, he fucking
Writer's mistake number
punches
3,
her.
making people sympathize with someone hitting a little girl. I gotta admit, writers, that takes some talent. You can't make that-
Imagine thinking that that's what the point is. Imagine being like the hope. Now we sympathize with Arthur because he got back at his sister. It's like, no, the point is that his sister is annoying and he's supposed to like fucking forgive her because he's like supposed to be, you know, like a moral person, but he did something that he shouldn't do. So it's like you have sympathy for this guy, but like the whole point of this is supposed to teach you a lesson that like nobody's vilifying Arthur. Like, what are you talking about? That's
a little girl
missing
really
the point
unlikable
entirely.
For that to happen. And I'm talking Elmira level unlikable. She goes inside and tells her
Elmira
parents.
level
By the way, she
unlikable.
screams
Just
louder and
imagine
told-
being like, you have to compare it with another fucking kids show. Like you can't even like you have to compare shit with another like kid, dude. I don't know. I was getting pussy at this time. I couldn't care less about cartoons like this.
Ice touches her arm than she did when Arthur.
What is wrong with them?
Now here's where things get muddled. Arthur doesn't want to apologize because he told DW a million times not to touch the plane. Once
he
again,
did.
If you find yourself in that situation, tell your parents. Arthur gets grounded.
That is so unfair. You don't even care what she did to
Hell
me.
yeah.
We'll deal with what she did.
Writer's mistake
We'll
number
deal.
4. Not showing how they deal with DW. It seems like she doesn't get any consequences for the entirety of the episode.
Yeah.
So it ends
She doesn't
up
get
teaching
any
a lesson
consequences
that you
at
can
all
break
through the
people's
entire
stuff and not
series. I
hear
mean,
any
I don't know about you,
repercussions.
but
You did is wrong, too.
That's right. 2 wrongs don't make a right. Remember that.
That's
It's
the
going to
whole-
come back later.
Well, that's the whole
next
point.
day after the storm disappeared, I guess, Arthur tells Buster about the situation. Who sides with DW?
They should have,
Hey, writers,
sent
we're supposed
a
to make
team
the
to, like,
audience
go
do
kill
that,
his
not
sister.
the other characters.
like,
Making Arthur's best friend
hey, can you
side
guys beat up my
against him
sister?
is going against that goal.
You already,
Pinky
like-
hears the story and is shocked. His friends tell him that he shouldn't be shocked because he hits people all the time. Then they realize that they don't remember the last time he hit anyone. He gets challenged to hitting the next person who rounds the corner. Guess who? Yeah, it turns out to be Arthur. But Binky doesn't want to hit Arthur, so he tries to talk his way out. Unfortunately, if he doesn't hit Arthur, he'll be out of their circle of friends. So he has to hit Arthur the next
Fuck
time he
it.
sees him. So he decides to avoid Arthur entirely. Meanwhile, we see Arthur trying in vain to help other people see his side of the story.
So the whole point now is that like they're just
This
like
goes on for quite some time, by the way. Hey, writers, you know what this filler could be better used for? Making sure you get your damn moral right. Maybe having Arthur...
they did get the moral right though. That's the problem that I'm having with this. Is like what did you not understand about like so now okay, so just to explain the whole point of this is that I can't believe I'm explaining this. It's like he has an annoying sister. It's like he's instead of like being able to accept and understand that his sister is a child. And he is also a child, but he's like a 12-year-old, right? He's like a preteen, basically. So like instead of like dealing with it the compassionate way and understanding way and say, hey, like I'll go to my parents and like complain about it or whatever, which is what you're supposed to do, like you said. He got angry and released his anger out on her. The point of the Binky Barnes thing is that there's a parallel between Arthur's feeling of aggression, where it's a violence it's two wrongs don't make a right. Yes, but it's violence as aggression. Through the fact that you're annoyed. So just saying like, hey, if somebody annoys you to no end, it's still not a good idea to use violence. But also in the case of Binky, it's like violence shouldn't get you anywhere. And like if you want to be nonviolent, you have to stand up for being nonviolent. That's the moral that's being taught in this episode. It's not about like, hey, if your annoying sister is a really annoying person, you need to go to your parents and complain about her. And if you get it, like, I don't even know what he's not getting about the second half of this, which is the whole point that like what they're doing is wrong, right? That they're saying, hey, like violence is cool. The whole point of that is that these are people that didn't learn versus Arthur, who's supposed to be learning,
Talk to his parents about DW annoying him? Maybe get DW's side of the story. Or how about anything else?
Why would Binky Barnes know anything about what happened in the first half of the episode? Just why? Why are you... It's almost as if he thinks that the cartoon is sentient. It is insane.
Arthur running to Binky to give him his pen.
He doesn't understand that cartoons are not real.
Pointless. So then Binky hits Arthur on the arm. He goes to his parents, who have absolutely no sympathy for Arthur.
They don't give a shit. Hell yeah.
Maybe that's how DW felt when you punched her.
Haha, you're being physically bullied at school. Karma's a bitch, huh, son?
Sorry I hit you. And I'm sorry I broke your plane.
That is a little weird.
Stupid plane doesn't fly.
Did you have to have that line, writers? Really? You didn't want to give her apology the slightest hint of genuineness?
The point is that she's a sociopath. That's the whole point of this series.
Not an excuse. First of all, technically speaking, Arthur's a child too. Secondly, we teach three...
I can't watch this anymore. Like, it's just the fact that he cannot figure anything out. He thinks that the cartoon is sentient, like it's a real person. Most of these are like not worth watching, by the way, like at all. He put Bubsy in here, like just pointing this out there. He put Bubsy in here as if Bubsy is something that somebody's gonna. Yeah, I know. I don't know. I'm at the point where I'm like, God, okay. I hit stop streaming on accident. I meant to like literally turn off the video capture. So I guess this is part 2. It can't even be named the same thing, or like will it continue on as live? I can't figure it out now. I think it actually did stop. Oh, there we go. Yeah, no, it's continuing on the same video. I think you have to change the title before it does that. I accidentally hit stop streaming instead of continue. So now I'm continuing on with part 2. I hope that actually boosts my my little stats there. God damn, man, it's annoying. Like that's the problem that I have with these cartoon reviewer people, is that it's either they don't realize the cartoon is a cartoon, or maybe there's something else that they just are missing entirely. I don't know. But God, most shameful predator hunt of all time. I'm sorry, like I can't. Well, first of all, the cartoon stuff is like as autistic as you could possibly imagine. I mean, I don't want to get in trouble on YouTube for saying that, but it's true. It is the most autistic thing in the entire world. But not understanding that, like, I get it. Like, okay, Binky Barnes didn't like has to do with the fact that and I mean, like, he does it. The whole point of it is that he doesn't want to do that. He's already learned the morality. And so the ending of that is pretty funny because it's like, what does this have to do with anything? But also like that's part of like societal. I don't know. What's his most popular? Oh my god, 25 disturbing episodes of kids cartoons. All of his most popular videos are from like a decade ago, which is crazy. Wait, how many hits does he get on his like latest videos? Saber Sparks Not Guilty. The worst YouTuber takedown of all time. You probably should try something else, my guy, because like there have been much worse. I hate to break it to you, but that's your scene. If you're unaware of what that is, it's, I mean, I'm not gonna play it. That's literally he made a 2-hour-long video about a fellow YouTuber that does cartoon videos being accused of a word you're not allowed to say on YouTube anymore. Swear, it's real. That and like how does it have 174,000 views? That doesn't seem like very many views compared to like a lot of like drama stream stuff. I went insane, reviewed 100 cartoons, all of them like mostly kids cartoons. I get that most cartoons are kids cartoons, but it's also one of those situations where it's like I don't think he's ever reviewed anything from a like Star Giant Productions belongs in prison. I don't know. I don't even know what that is. Because it's like, this is kids stuff, man. It's kids stuff. Like, there's a few things that are like made for adults, but you're like a 30-year-old man. What are you doing? I'm like, I'm just looking at the different ones on here. I turned turned it off. You put the window back on. There we go. Yeah, window's back on. You can see my window. It's just a window, right? Yeah, good. I'm like, don't put my whole browser on there or anything. But like looking through this, it's like just from the last year alone. Let's just say like last year alone. You know, starting out like about 1 year ago, 11 months. Let's say here. Okay, Lightyear, Boss Baby, Chowder, romance stuff, talking about a 42-minute long video about how a character from Gravity Falls is it may or may not be a bad character. Like, why would anybody want to watch? Well, there's 33,000 likes, 33,000 views on this video. Like, I don't get it. I'm really, Camp Lazlo is Cartoon Network's biggest accident. What does that even mean? Like, what, did someone die? SpongeBob has gone nuts. I get it. Fan voted best of. He also changed his character thing because it used to not look like that. This is terrible, by the way. I think this is like really dumb looking. I'm trying to find like because he used to just review My Little Pony, which is insane. But this was his old, his old one was this, like this, yeah, like it's so funny looking. Damn, I want to find more of those. But then he changed it to a fedora wearing guy at some point, and he made it look like this, like where it doesn't have him in it. Where's the fedora looking? Where he started doing the shot, like Todd in the Shadows is also a major contender for that sort of like nonsense talk thing. He does look like that. Is so funny. He looks like this.
Oh, guys, this is the mysterious Mr. Enter in the flesh.
He looks like a character from fucking Workaholics. But this was his old, like the banner. This is what the old stuff used to look like, even though he did like his own like I don't get it. Like it's at the point in my life where I'm like, I just don't get it. Like how I get that there are people just like him out there. Like clearly like it's less than it used to be because like if you look at the popularity, like all of his most popular stuff is from like a decade ago. So back then like YouTube used to be different, right? Like the YouTube algorithm was different. The concept of copyright protection, like I'm sure that most of these have been copyright protected. Like, you know, people have claimed copyright for their content so that they can get the money. He's doing Patreon mostly. Oh my God. I had to belch. But yeah, no, recently this is becoming like the more popular video. Oh my God, dude. This is Mr. Pickles. Yeah, it's good. Mr. Pickles is good. I mean, I seem to have taste in shows that he hates, which is interesting. I did watch one of his most popular videos. That's crazy. Well, I mean, are there any of these that are from like the last? Has any of these been from the last like 5 years? That's the thing I want to know. 10 worst cartoons of the 19. And why is it so long? Like this guy has made like 678 videos, of which probably 500 plus are over 35 minutes long, like over 40 minutes long. Like, why? Like, why? Why does that exist? Animated atrocities. And another thing about it is like, yes, like new SpongeBob, not that great. Drawn together, not that great. But it's like to sit there and be like, this is an animated atrocity. It's like, well, no, it's just like the state of animation. Like the industry is, it's a writing thing, right? Like it's not so much about the animators, it's more about the writing. Yeah, and I'm like, dude, none of these seem to be admirable animation, and it's fucking BoJack Horseman. That's when you know this guy is insane. Like this, that's when you know that this guy. I know there are BoJack fans out there. I don't get it. I'm sorry. Like this is just an awful show. Dan versus as good. It's one of the worst shows I've ever. I don't get it. Like it was literally one of the worst shows ever. Make a lot of like enemies through the blue microphone too. Speaks about autism. Speaks. Talking about my cyber stalker. This seems to be. Oh look, there's Ellen made a cartoon. I'm not watching that. I do want to see what's talking about my cyber stalker. You're like outsourced animation to other people so that he could have animation in his shows, which is like, what's the point? Top 10 worst Mr. Enter videos. Well, I want to see what the worst ones are.
10.
2013. He's talking about SpongeBob. Okay, got it. This is, what is it? Fucking Squirrel Boy? What is that? I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't know. Also, I don't know what this is supposed to represent. I don't care. Okay, more of that.
Dang, clips would randomly.
So, does he have like the list down here? What is that? What just popped up in my feed? I clicked on something. It was bad. Okay, let's see here. Nickel Rama, Patrick's of Prick editing, growing around. I like how it's just the freaking turning red. He got mad about the turning red thing. Pandemic. What is this? Is this autism music? What is this? Is this music he made?
2020. My Lockdown Story, released a few days after that. How the World Ended, which is a documentary of the first half year of the pandemic response, released in the summer of 2020. Topic of the Week, A Plague of Moral Convenience, released
this came out in
March
2023.
Another topic of the week, The Real Life Internet Shadow, released
Are these all blog
later.
episodes
the
that he made?
Version of Animated Atrocities, The
Holy
Wild
shit,
World of
what?
Modern PSAs a week after that. And My COVID Story, released in December of 2021. This ignores streams and tangential videos that have probably gotten lost in the fray. So let's talk about this, calmly and rationally. The pandemic...
Who cares? Like, you review cartoons. Why did you even make it? To be like, yeah, so the worst things that I made are when I was not talking about cartoons for children. So yeah, the things that the only reason why they're bad is because they have nothing to do with cartoons for children. Can't even like, what is this? Oh my god, dude. I can't even watch any of these. He made this is the one that he put out 5 hours ago.
Be quick.
I Am Weasel is a spin-off of Cow and Chicken. It started off as a segment on that show, similar to the Dial-M from Monkey Shorts and Dexter's Lab. And to describe I Am Weasel as thoroughly and accurately as I can, I Am Weasel is a cartoon. It has the Looney Tunes type formula.
I wonder if he's probably not gonna. I wonder. I want to see if he brings up April March, because I know April March did some of the storyboarding and stuff.
Baboon incredibly
I don't think so. I don't think he's gonna know about the connection to Ren and Stimpy.
Baboon is an incompetent idiot who fails at everything that he tries to do. And Baboon doesn't wear pants, so his butt is out all the time.
This is a
I don't
baboon.
know why this is important, but
he's a baboon.
The fact that the characters don't
he's a fucking baboon. What are you talking about?
Worth mentioning. No one wears any pants. I might be a little bit unfair. This show doesn't have
They're
a ton
animals.
of gross out or butts humor, at least compared to Cow and Chicken, but it does have more than its fair share. It's about standard for a 90s cartoon. Speaking of Cow and Chicken, characters in that show often do appear, like Flem and Earl and the Red Guy, especially the Red Guy. Eventually, the Red Guy even becomes his own staple character on the show.
Yes,
almost like
he's
someone
the
out there was worried that this
character.
concept wasn't good enough to stand on its own, and needed the best character from Cow and Chicken to survive. Honestly, at first I was kind of on board with the show. The earlier episodes, when it was just a Cow and Chicken segment, I was having some fun with. It wasn't the greatest thing in the world,
having some
but it was
fun
getting
with.
laughs out of me. It had nice little touches, like Weasel himself reacting to the title and the credits of each episode. Then the show became its own thing. The Weasel went pop, and it felt like they weren't really trying as hard. I don't want to say that the show feels like it's on autopilot, or that it was never trying at all.
I really like the show, by the way, so like I really want to preface this right here. If you're a reviewer of content, like if you review shows and you say, and then something happened, and then the quality went down, and it's not as good anymore. Can you please tell us why? Can you fucking tell us why? Can you give us an example, maybe? Or, like, talk about what happened? Or, like, why that's the fucking case? Like, as if your opinion alone is enough to be, like, interesting and engaging? Like, motherfucker, like, what are you talking...
Feels like a cartoon. Like, the most stereotypical idea of a cartoon in history. Like, if you were watching
it is a cartoon.
real show and the characters in that show wanted to watch a cartoon, this would be the show that they would be watching.
He literally thinks cartoons are real. Like, he thinks that they're like actual things, that they're made like from the ether or something. It's crazy.
It kind of feels almost like Itchy and Scratchy, although not quite as good. You know, something that's meant to be in the background, which, you know, it
meant to be in the back. It's a cartoon
show. But you know what I mean. The comedy is not as tight. The premise doesn't have too much staying power without its reference. Weasel and Baboon do have the kind of dynamic that you'd see on a Looney Tunes show. They have the Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd thing, but I don't think their personalities are really complex enough to last, the way that many of the Looney Tunes actually are.
This is a show that came out like 30 years ago.
More than just a wise ass who always wins.
That had like one season.
Is just the guy who always wins and can do anything and everything. Baboon is just the idiot that gets jealous of him and can't do anything right. There's nothing more to their characters. This is fine for a season or, once again, a segment on another show. But if you're doing it for more than that, it quickly becomes...
So let me I just want to, can I just pull this aside so I could take a look at something here? Okay, let's take a look here at I Am Weasel and see a couple things. There are 5 seasons? Damn, I had no idea. 79 episodes. Okay, now I am completely confused because I thought that there was literally like 2 seasons of this show. I mean, I'm a little speechless off of that. I thought that there was only like 1 season of it. But 1997 to 1999 with the last season in 2000. Huh. 1999 to 19. Okay, so it went on from 97 to 2000. That's crazy. I had no idea. Also, like, it's one of those shows where, like, Cow and Chicken, for example, and I Am Weasel, like, it was on the air until like the year 2000, and then as soon as they had like a new hit, it was off. You didn't ever see it ever again. So basically, they were constantly, because at that time, this is the thing, that if you're going to review a cartoon like this, you might want to preface what the actual situation is in regards to the cartoon. One of the more important things that these reviewers like to miss, especially when they're doing this kind of anthology series stuff, is that they always kind of miss the context of it. They just want to review the content and put their opinion out there. And I think maybe that's because they don't want to, I don't get copyright strike and stuff. I don't fucking, who cares? But it's like, if you don't put the context in there, like he hasn't explained that there are 5 seasons.
Tedious. And unfortunately, the other characters like the red guy.
Maybe he will. Let's see. Let's find out.
I don't want to make it seem like this is a bad show or anything, because that would imply that it has qualities. I don't remember watching this much as a kid, but the episodes that I did watch did stick in my mind. So
to me, it's like because of how little there is in this review. There's nothing going on in this.
There must be something here. I can't call it boring, at least, like I can Robot Jones or Mike Lou and Og. I Am Weasel is harmless. Like, if someone put it on to force me to watch, I wouldn't really complain.
What? Okay, you already said that. You've already basically said all of that already. Like, what? Okay, what is there to, like, what qualitative information can you give us about this cartoon? Like, you're doing reviews about every single show that Cartoon Network's ever made, and the only thing you can say is, I can't say that it's a very interesting show, but it's a kind of a watchable show. It's a show you can watch. You can put it on the screen and things will move and you will be able to see it. Okay?
But it will never be my first choice. It is
Who cares?
The most 5 out of 10.
This is not like you're not doing your job. Your job, if this is what you're supposed to be doing, right? What you should be doing is telling us what the qualities of the show are. If it's boring and all this stuff, give us an example of why. Explain. Say, hey, this is what happens. But like, don't just say it and then expect people to like be like, ah, yes, Mr. Enter said that. That means that's right.
That I have ever seen. It is just there. To give some benefit where I can, the voice acting is really strong.
Oh no.
Weasel and Baboon have
so it's oh my god, dude. It would be like reviewing a movie and being like, it's like Star Wars. Yeah, so like there's there's stuff going on the screen. It's a watchable thing. There's stuff going on the screen. Lots of flashing lights. The actors are interesting. There's a woman. Stuff like that. I can give that props. And things happen in the movie. It's like, what the fuck does this? You can literally take the context of this and apply it to something else, and nothing would change. You have not given us any information about the fucking thing that you watched.
Iconic and distinctive voices.
Deep Sea Tour. Interesting. Okay. Bon voyage.
Lucky, I are skinning guns already. I are starving. I are starved to death.
And if the show was more popular, I'm sure they'd be in all.
I remember
those
watching this when I was a kid.
It does help give the characters some kind of identity, and it will at least certainly help something from the show stick in my memory. Unfortunately,
I don't think he watched it. He said that he rewatched all this stuff. I don't think that he watched it. I think he watched an episode or two, and then it was like, oh shit, I have to make a cartoon. I have to make a video about this.
Thing that I can say about the show is that it could have easily been worse. This might be
okay. All right, you motherfucker, you got to be kidding me with that shit. The only thing that I can say is that maybe it could have been worse. It means that you didn't fucking watch the show. You don't have anything to say about it. That's all. The reason why it could be worse is because you didn't fucking watch the show.
Faint praise, but I can imagine another version of the show going on and on and on about Baboon's
ass.
It
is 79 episodes of
Baboon. There's
but
certainly some of that here, and that thing is always on the screen. They don't dwell on it as much as you might think.
Well, he is
and
Baboon.
If you're wondering, I'm just
they do have those.
And trying to hit a 5-minute time limit because there really is nothing else to say about this show. This is one of the
he's even admitting. Dude, even admitting that there's nothing to talk about, it's like one of those situations where it's like, why are you even doing this, dude? Why? Well, if you're gonna sit there and be like, well, there's nothing to talk about, it's like, well, then, like, what? Okay, this is the problem. This is the problem with this guy. Is that it's the same issue that I had with the freaking Chamberlain Heights video. Is that he just doesn't know what he can't. He watches cartoons for pretty pictures moving on a screen. He doesn't watch them for like the context of what's going on. He can't give any qualitative information about it. He can only like put images in front of his face and then say, there's. It's the way that I put it is it's like food critic that goes out to a food stall and gets served food, right? And he's just like, yeah, it was food, it was sustenance, whatever. It's like no one wants to read that shit. Like what?
Why doing a marathon like this can be a really
You're a critic.
good idea. And
What's
I
the
would
point?
Suggest anyone who has that idea to really think about it, because every so often you're gonna get that thing that is not interesting in any way, doesn't have any qualities that really
This
stand
is so
out
bad.
in a positive or a negative way.
And this is his latest video?
Something about it, so people don't think that you're skimping out.
There's gonna be like, he said he's making 60 of these, 30 for this month, and then 30 for next year. He's gonna make like at least 15 videos of this. You know it. If it's not fucking like literally made for kids, he does not if it's not made for children. If it's something that's supposed to be entertaining beyond that point, like he cannot understand it. That's
giving the thing its dues.
Crazy.
And I'm giving this thing everything I got.
No, you're not. You're not even giving it anything at all. Like, what are you talking about?
I was watching every episode of the show, and this is literally all I can say about I Am Weasel. That should tell you more about the show than the review can, anyway.
Bruh.
It's a lot worse than I Am Weasel.
You can't even tell us who the voice actors are. You can't tell us who the animation team, who's involved in the animation team, or what they're related to. I get that it's a spin-off of Cow and Chicken. You could talk about that. There are things you could talk about. You could even talk about the cartoons, because the whole thing is like this led up to cartoons. Like the whole image in the Cartoon Network Fridays thing, that's all from the I Am Weasel intro. Like, what are you, like, how bad are you at making videos that, and I don't even make videos, but like I watch this shit and it's like, how bad are you at making this that you literally cannot figure out a single thing to talk about?
Like, you can do better. I can't imagine anyone having hard feelings for the show, or feelings at all, or care about it 20 years later. When all is said and done, I guarantee that this will have the least amount of views of all of the CN Real episodes, with the exception of maybe Long Live the Royals.
What's the list that he had for that again? Because I want to see what the list is of the other cartoons. Ancient. Let me take a look, because I know that the list is out there. Just 1 second here. I don't care about cartoon. That sort of thing. Hold on. I want to see because like mystery. I have to go to his thread on Kiwi Farms. Let's take a look, because this is for next year. He has his list for next year. Ed, Nettie, Mike Lou and Og. Mike Lou and Og is going to have less than I'm Weasel, for sure. I mean, maybe not, but like I would assume so. Sheep in the Big City, too. Time Squad, Samurai Jack, Evil Con Carne, Whatever Happened to Robot Jones, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Life and Times of Juniper Lee, Ben 10, Chowder, Flapjack, Secret Saturdays, Adventure Time, Problem Solver. I mean, you're literally saying that Problem Solvers is more entertaining than I Am Weasel. Amazing World of Gumball, Secret Mountain Fort Awesome. You're saying that more people are going to want to watch you review Secret Mountain Fort Awesome. Steven Universe Mixels. You think more people are interested in Mixels than I Am Weasel. Mau Mau here, Clarence. Mau Mau Heroes of Pure Heart, Over the Garden Wall, We Bear Bears. Long Live the Royals. Craig of the Creek, Victor and Valentino. Infinity Train. I haven't even heard of the last 5. Yeah, really haven't. In fact, I don't know why he chose these as the first year. Because I saw the second year that he did Space Ghost Coast to Coast, which, I mean, like, that's not even real. I mean, it's Cartoon Network, but it's, it was Adult Swim. Johnny Bravo, Cow and Chicken, Powerpuff Girls. I mean, that's, to me, everything else on the other side seems more appropriate, except for and then it becomes like Ben 10 spin-off stuff. Who gives a shit? But, God damn, man. Like, you have one job to do, right? It's just, you're like, I'm going to make this thing, I'm going to pump it out and push it out. It's like, like, I know that you're basing this off of like James Rolfe, right? Because James Rolfe did Monster Madness, and he did a review of each one of those movies. You watched the whole movie, right? So you're trying to say that you're going to review an entire series, but of course, like it's impractical to watch every single episode of I Am Weasel. I get that, but to not have any qualitative information means one thing: you didn't watch it. You didn't watch it, bud. You didn't watch it. So what's the point? Why are you going to review it? I mean, I guess because it's there on the list and you have to do it. But like, if it's there on the list and you have to do it, and yet like you just have no information at all to provide, and you're literally like, well, it's there's nothing to talk about. Like, come on, man, what the fuck? How annoying is it to be on that level? I don't get it. I don't even want to watch. I'm not going to watch the Dexter's Lab one because he's going to praise. Look, it's 19 fucking minutes long. Like, to praise a show like that and then to immediately be like, yeah, I don't have anything to say. This show is very boring. He only watches fucking kids shows. So bad at this, dude. Planes. He reviewed Planes. Like, I do like that you can tell how spurgy he is over things by how long the review is. That's how funny that is. Dude, is this that fart baby? I did watch this one of him. It's like years ago. Like literally when this came out, I was the first time I got subjected to Mr. Enter. Mr. Enter got made fun of a lot, but he's just becoming more made fun of as of recently for the Legends of Chamberlain Heights review, which was already a decade old. Oh, dude. I do, and his admirable animations are like they're also not very good. So it's pretty funny. Like I want to go to the admirable animations one so that I can see. He doesn't even have okay. He doesn't even have that in a. Dude, the bunny episode. I mean, like, yeah, I guess it's like he's things that are embarrassing or not. Minions Part 1. Is this the whole movie Minions? It is. He's just talking shit about Minions. I'm not watching this. Oh my god, bro. How? Things change. Oh my fucking... Dude, it is literally just like a man who never grew up. You just grow up. Like, watch something else. Does he ever... I wonder, did he ever talk about Smiling Friends? I want to know. I want to see. I went insane and reviewed 100 cartoons. 30th birthday stream 3 years. He is literally my... Oh my god, he is my age. That's so crazy. How is that possible? Bro, dude, and that just makes me curious. Like, has he ever reviewed? No. Okay, so he reviewed 100 cartoons. Did he?
Glitch Text, Castle.
Oh my god.
Crawl. It's a crime that this one isn't more well known. Quite simply, Glitch Text is the best.
It's
show
a crime.
I've ever seen.
Really?
5 are tasked with fighting glitches that manifest in the real world.
It's a show about video games. Blah 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 blah. I don't care. It's for kids.
If there's
Skip
one
it.
show in this
Skip it.
If you
The
have no idea
Simpsons.
where to begin. It's composed of a bunch of shorter segments, all stuck together with a fast-paced flow. This allows it to give a showcase to almost every major character.
He's trying to break down The Simpsons.
Homer to Lisa DeBart. And from
He's
there,
trying.
give several side characters a moment to shine. And if someone there clicks with you, you could look up all of their major appearances and start going from there. And before long, you might find
As if that's like how you watch The Simpsons. No, you just fucking throw it on, dude.
yourself a full-time Simpsons fan. It's a really funny watch all throughout.
I'm behind 3 inches of bulletproof glass. Do your worst. No, stay out of there! Stay out of there! Oh, good God, no!
I like how he did just
Avatar
pick.
The Last Airbender.
Oh no.
Was a Ba Sing Se. If you're on the fence about watching through Avatar The Last Airbender, I'd recommend giving this one episode a sneak peek.
He specifically is picking out episodes of Avatar The Last Airbender.
Experience. However, this episode, despite its acclaim,
my God.
actually doesn't have too much plot relevance. This is an episode in which the plot takes a break and gives looser, more personal stories to several main
specifically
characters.
pointed out, he's like, this, more people have to know about this singular episode of Last Airbender, like,
It
like
has some moments that show you the power of an Avatar emotional gut punch.
It is usually best to admit mistakes when they occur, and to see
I'm sorry, but like my whole thing with Avatar is that, and I'm not, it's not a bad show, right? Like the original, especially the first, because I know they did The Legend of Korra, which was like one of the most embarrassing things. I watched it. I did watch it specifically because Henry Rollins was in it, and I thought that was funny. but I do remember watching this when I was like 13 or 14 when it came out, and I remember being like, this anime looks really bad. I was like, damn, Nickelodeon got some garbage going on. What the fuck is this? And then I found out that it was made by like some white guys, and I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. But why are they all so Asian? Like, what the fuck? Why are they so Asian? I don't get it.
honor.
When I'm through with you kids, the window will
Like,
be the...
he'll complain about Legends of Chamberlain Heights having animation like that, but then look at this and it's like, yeah, it's rip-off Naruto animation, but it looks terrible.
only thing that's broken.
Like, and if you're somebody who like really likes it, but like it's like, dude, the mouth movements, like the over-exaggeration stuff, the shitty art stuff.
South Park.
Cringe,
Scott Tenorman
right?
must die. The most famous adult.
Oh my god, he
adult
is just picking out random cartoons.
Even though
This
his
is-
popularity
oh, God.
has waned in recent years. But still,
Why did he review Simpsons like
I
that?
will admit that getting into South Park is definitely a challenge. Some of the older episodes
What?
are very of an outdated perspective.
Getting into South Park is a challenge.
It's the first Man Bear Pig episode, and there are some
What?
episodes that are just gross for the sake of it. But the episodes that do hold up are still hilarious
How?
and raunchy in all of the right ways.
Can you tell-
Scott Tenorman
can you
must
tell
die
me
was
why?
a perfect South Park
Is
episode.
there any
If you wanna
particular
know what
reason
South Park
why?
is all about, this is the one you have to see. It's not about any issues or satire. It's about some fast-paced Looney Tunes gags and pissing Cartman off. The titular Scott Tenorman tricks Cartman into buying his pimps, and then Cartman tries to get his money back. And from there, it gets more and more deranged until the episode goes completely insane. Also, it has Radiohead, which alone means this episode is worth checking out.
Oh,
Chowder, shopping
when somebody
spree.
says something
I'm
like
still
that, I'm just
surprised
like, bro, you gotta
Chowder
put the puzzle piece
exploded
away.
in
You gotta put. Sometimes you gotta put the puzzle piece
but I
away.
never expected it to
My
become
guy.
one of the most loved cartoons of the 21st century. But upon checking it out
just
again
showing.
recently, I could say, yeah, I can see
He's just
it.
re-
This is
now
an
he's just
episode that
reviewing
really
Chowder
shows
in
the kind of
general.
stuff that people are into now. There is a lot of meta humor and a lot of fourth wall breaks in the show. The episode that I recommend
Meta humor.
is the famous funny meme episode.
No money means no animation.
And while that moment
not really a
is
meme,
certainly
it's
the
just
crowning
a fourth
jewel of
wall
the
break.
episode, the episode as a
But,
whole is a
all
good
right.
introduction
Thanks,
of what
man.
you're getting into if you decide to watch Chowder. And you should watch Chowder. The show's great. Smiling Friends,
Okay.
Gwimbly. After a decade where animation tried to explore some fairly depressing depths, a show about a charity just trying to make people happy does end up seeming quite subversive.
You have to compare it with
I don't know
BoJack,
if this is
that's
a
so
direct
weird.
response to a lot of current trends, but a lot of people have found Smiling Friends super refreshing for that reason specifically. It's also just a really fun show all around. And it
See, this is the problem I have with it. He literally treats cartoons like they're real. Like, he can't figure out, like, oh, like, maybe it's because of the artistic direction or the stylization of things. Maybe it's because of the references to stuff. Maybe it's the writing. He doesn't understand writing, like, at all. Like, he has no concept of writing. He doesn't understand. He thinks that cartoons are real. Like, I swear to God. Like, he literally is like, I think people really like it because it's like, dude, that's like literally the last thing anybody ever talks about when it comes to Smiling Friends. No one's ever like, yeah, man, when they made that guy smile at the end, that was like really cool. Like, nobody fucking talks about that.
can definitely get really weird. In this episode, the Smiling Friends come across a PS1 mascot and try to make him happy by revitalizing his career, which just leads them to the strangest places. But I think we can
It's
all
not
agree
even-
there's
not
nothing
really, it's just a
absolutely
comeback
beautifully
story
said
thing.
about this episode. Fucking make the real Spyro 4 already. You made the Crash 4, make the
Dude,
Spyro 4. Animaniacs.
He does-
Hooked on a ceiling.
He does sound like he sounds like Josh Moon if Josh Moon was like more autistic, which is incredible.
Animaniacs is the greatest cartoon comedy of all time. Honestly, it might be one of the greatest things that Steven Spielberg has ever done, and that's not an exaggeration. Animaniacs is that good. If you haven't seen the Warner zany blend of vaudeville, slapstick, and satire,
if you haven't watched Animaniacs,
being an animation fan thing correctly. Sorry to be harsh, but it's
being
true.
an animation. It's like talking to people that watch Fantano and about music. Like, they don't know anything about music because they don't have their own taste. They only literally only listen to the newest thing and like the most borderline generic music of all time. You know, it's not like. This is tangential to this whole situation, but YouTube people are very boring, like myself included. But like YouTube in general, like people who are into YouTube are like, how do I explain this on like an eloquent way? In an eloquent way, YouTube people are oftentimes not like real life people, right? Like oftentimes YouTube people are more along the lines of like people got lucky, right? Ordinary Sausage, for example. It's like somebody who like probably could like get a day job and live their life, but like they got lucky. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing else to it. Man, I have not taken a piss in hours. Like, really, I actually have not taken a piss in hours. I should probably go do that soon. But again, my point is this: like Anthony Fantano, if you know anything about the whole music side of YouTube, and there's not a whole lot actually. To be honest, I wish that there was more. Because there's three, like maybe three categories of YouTubers that do music reviews. You have the Fantano likes, which is essentially people that were, from the Stereo Gum, Pitchfork era stuff that, learned about reviewing through that method and then kind of applied some of the techniques that people like, Nostalgia Critic, had been using on their own content to do this kind of short form, at least at the time, short form to medium form content, where you're just talking about different qualities of something and giving a very basic, borderline, understandable review. Now, is that super important? Not always. I mean, my whole perspective on it is that, like, unless you are really, really intelligent, meaning like you have things that really actually give as like a reason to listen to something. Like, for example, if I was to talk to you about power pop, like power pop music, like I could eloquently explain what I like about it. Like I could start talking about how like I like the driving elements of the music, the rock and roll lineage, the ability to interject different chord changes and sequences and key changes and things like that, vocal harmonies, bass lines that have counterplay, guitar lines with counterplay, leads, great guitar solos. It's not hard to play something like Another Nail in the Heart by Squeeze, Another Nail in My Heart, or like September Girls or something like that, and just explain like why you like that, either for its purity or for how complex it is, its rock and roll nature, its aggression or its attitude, that sort of thing. You could explain that. Same for most genres of music, pretty much all genres of music. You could do that, but it's hard to do it for everything. And so what ends up happening is when you have somebody like Anthony Fantano, it's like it gets watered down. And at some point, it gets so far to the point where it's like, it isn't actually a review. You're not dealing with people who are actually reviewing something. You're dealing with people who are maybe sort of talking about things in a way where, it'll get more clicks. It'll get more people bite on it. And then you make the image and you make this whole thing, right? I like how I stuck it over here like this. It's been like sided out for that whole entire time. It's supposed to be there. You do this, right? Like, and it's the same thing with this guy. So with this guy, it's like, this isn't somebody who really, like, because I haven't seen him. He's never, you type in different things and you realize like he hasn't really reviewed any like serious animation. It's mostly kid shows. It's almost entirely kid shows. So it's not like being like an animation connoisseur. It's like you're dealing with somebody who watches kids TV. Like, then review Wishbone. Like, I don't know, review like a live action show or something every now and then. Why is it always got to be a kids cartoon show? Like, what? And in the case of Fantano, it's like, why does it always got to be a popular rap album? It's like, Nardwuar, why are you always interviewing popular rappers? It's just for fucking clicks and views. There's no actual interest in it. So it's not so your opinion, after you watch like 2 or 3 of these videos, it's like the opinion of this person is invalidated. Unless you're somebody who doesn't know anything about what they're talking about, right? Unless you're like not a music fan, if you're an actual fan of music, like you've gone to shows, you play music in bands, you play with other people, you've listened to new music, and you've like had your own experience with things. If you have all that, you watch a Fantano video and you're like, this is confusing. I don't understand why this is like popular at all. Like, because this is not like the kind of review that like would mean anything to anybody, you know? And then you watch this, and it's like, if you've watched, your mainstream modern animation stuff, as well as like, indies and like the more odd things. I mean, like, I love Fritz the Cat, even 9 Lives of Fritz the Cat. I like Low Down Dirty Duck. I like a lot of like weird B movie stuff from the 70s and 80s, and Ralph Bakshi, and I love all the. I'm not a big fan of what's his name, the fucking abuser guy, Ren and Stimpy. What the fuck is that guy's name? I'm not a big fan of the guy, but I do like Ren and Stimpy, and I like most of those cartoons from that era. I think that part of it is also just like, this was Animaniacs. The reason why I stopped on Animaniacs is because Animaniacs is good. The reason why it's good is because of the writing. The animation is okay. Same with Tiny Toon Adventures. Like, the animation's okay. The keyframing, it was animated in Korea. It's like it wasn't like this amazing, like direct from like it's not like fucking the Thief and the Cobbler, hand animated. It's not like old Disney cartoons, full length pictures. It's not like we're talking about fucking Snow White here. We're talking about, or even Looney Tunes, with keyframe animation that's like all hand animated by people who were like the artists that did it. Or even like Smiling Friends, where it's like you have, and that's the thing that's crazy. It's like, you're an animation guy, and you won't even talk about the animation in any like meaningful or understandable way. To you, the only important thing is if it hits the marks for what you understand as children's animation, not anything else, which is very weird.
About the 2020 version. This is a discussion for another day, but as for now, please do not place these 2 shows in the same universe. Bugs on the Ceiling puts the Warner Trio into a situation they perform the best in, driving historical characters insane. This episode has them face off against Michelangelo, as he tries to paint the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, and just that setup alone leaves so much room for comedy. This episode is known as one of their best, and it absolutely should not be missed.
More naked people.
I wouldn't go flashing that around if I were you, Mike. This is a church.
Samurai Jack, Samurai vs. Ninja. Samurai Jack to this day is one of my favorite cartoons of all time. I've spoken on many of its episodes in the past, but if you really want to know what the show is all about,
I can see that
Samurai vs. Ninja a look.
In
this episode, Jack must...
I don't mind Samurai Jack. I'm one of those people that like when it came out, I was a kid, and I really did like it when I was a kid. And I rewatched some of it, and I watched it when it was the second half of it, and I didn't like it that much. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that the animation itself is very simplistic, which I don't mind. And there are some really, really good episodes. But the problem that I have with it is that there are episodes where there's no character development. It's just action, and it's kind of boring. And don't take it the wrong way. Like I said, there are plenty of episodes that I think are great. And it's a long running show, and I don't think the animation is bad. It had very stylized, like flat, 2D kind of thing going on. And Gendy had some really good ideas, but I already know this guy's going to spend a long time talking about this.
A simple setup becomes a feast for the eyes in the second act, when light and dark come into play. We have a fight scene where the combatants are just going back and forth.
This kind of thing is also like limited animation too, where it's like
action scenes that you will see in any cartoon. Adventure Time: The Limit.
Oh, he actually didn't spend too much time on it. Okay, good. If he likes things, he just says it's good in the end.
However, with over 240 episodes and wild swings in direction, that could be a big ask, especially as it's not the most beginner-friendly cartoon out there. Season 1 weirdness and all that. However, if you do want to know what you're getting into, Season 2's The Limit is Adventure Time when it's on point. We're following Finn and Jake as they're going into a silly quest fraught with real danger for a ridiculous prize. Despite that, it's more straight-laced than a lot of other episodes. An introductory level weirdness, if you will. It's also a great showcase of the dynamics of our two main characters. If you do like this episode, it's safe to say that Adventure Time is the right
I don't get that. Saying that it's hard, like, what would be like, are you talking to children? Is that the reason why? Like, are you talking to little babies?
Show for you. Bluey, Sleepy Time.
Oh my god.
It's very rare for a preschool show to take off like Bluey has. Right now, it's one of the biggest cartoons in the entire world.
It's for kids.
It doesn't take a lot of watching to see why. If you
it's for kids.
About watching something aimed at very young children, I'd recommend giving the episode Sleepy Time a chance.
I mean, it's for kids.
It doesn't have a moral like many Bluey episodes do.
I'm sorry, but like, this is for like, you watch this with your kids.
The episode is about exploring
you don't have kids. You're 33 years old. You don't have kids, man.
This allows it to showcase beautiful animation, and it has to be seen to be believed. Metaphorically, the episode is about exploring the deep bond and the love between the family of the healers, and how they'll always be there for each other. It's an episode.
He spent more time explaining this episode of Bluey.
Gravity Falls, Tourist
like eloquently being able to explain a children's, like an actual baby show. Like,
and now for the most obvious on this list, especially since it's in the news again for the first time in like 7 years. If you haven't seen the series about the Pines twins spending their summer vacation in a town where weirdness thrives, what are you doing with your life?
Okay,
really?
so the thing about Gravity Falls that a lot of people are not really getting is it's all a big Twin Peaks reference. Like, it's literally just Twin Peaks. Like, it's Twin Peaks for kids, mixed with like, Goonies and stuff like that. So it's like, it's a fucking Disney show. Come on, it's for kids.
Oh, you're curing cancer. That's nice and everything, but you're telling me that you haven't seen Gravity Falls? Tourist Trap
I did watch
was the very first episode of the show, and I'd recommend it as a sampler if you're on the garden wall about getting into a series with heavy continuity and a lot of ongoing stories. The first episode...
You're on the fence of... Gravity Falls doesn't have that complex of He is treating it like it's Twin Peaks. That's funny, though. I do find that funny.
From a typical Gravity Falls episode. But seriously, it's Gravity Falls. One of the most loved...
It's like somebody being like, but seriously though, it's the Beatles. So just listen to it. It's the Beatles. It's really good. It's just, it's the Beatles. Like, just listen to it. It's good in the end.
Of all time.
All right.
No matter what Watch Mojo says.
And they're gonna make people not want to watch it.
How does something like that even happen? Family Guy.
Wait, what did he say about Watch Mojo?
How does something like that even happen? No matter what Watch Mojo says. No, I am never forgetting that. How does something like that even happen?
I have no idea what he's talking about. He just brought up a reference to something that nobody knows.
Family Guy, Road to the North Pole. This show has both diehard defenders and diehard haters. Most people know me as the latter, but even I have to admit that this show does have some gems that stand
diehard hater. He's a diehard hater of Family Guy. No wonder he's...
Season 9 Christmas special, Road to the North Pole, is so good I often forget that Family Guy had a Christmas special before this one, because this is the Family Guy Christmas special to me. The Road 2 subseries has a great reputation, and for good reason.
Oh god.
When the show gives the spotlight to Brian and Stewie, like these episodes do, they tend to get the best material on the entire show.
Like, he doesn't ever complain about Stewie being a baby.
When it's just
like,
the two of them,
being lost with a dog.
Miss a beat. Road to
parents
the North
don't
Pole
care.
is much darker than your typical Christmas fare, but it feels very comfortable in the world of Family Guy. Seeing Santa's factory overworked and broken down is genuinely moving, and the ending of the episode is shockingly sweet from Family Guy. But let's be honest, the best part of the episode is absolutely the song.
But now instead all we're
oh man,
Christmas time is killing us.
If you're nervous about revisiting Family Guy, give Christmas Time is Killing Us a listen, and then watch the...
Dude, I like... the funny thing is just him being like... When did he put this out? a year ago, so maybe it was, I don't know. It doesn't tell you like the day anymore. Like,
episode it came from.
Click on the
Jimmy
information.
Neutron.
But to be like, you should watch a Christmas episode of Family Guy. It's like, fuck.
For president. If you'd ask me what the most popular non-SpongeBob Nicktoon of all time is, I'd have to say Jimmy Neutron.
Invader Zim.
I don't know where this came from, but people these days are really
Invader Zim.
Into Jimmy Neutron. Not that I can't.
Does he ever review? Does he review? I mean, I would skip over. Can you skip over this one? This is Kim Possible, SpongeBob. This is fucking like 4 hours long. It's like over an hour long. I'm not doing. He's okay. It's a kids show. Gargoyles. That's fine. He's reviewing some anime that I don't care about.
At all.
What is this?
Villainous Satellite Secrets.
I've never watched that. I don't care. Is this fucking Ed's World?
Ed's World, Hammer and Fail. Ed Gold and Ed's World.
Wait, he's reviewing Ed's World? Why? The Weekenders.
Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry cartoon. Over the Garden Wall.
This is a French cartoon that who has
something for another show for kids, class of 3000.
Sometimes you just want to see something really fucked up, and there's no better show for that than Invader Zim. Who would have thought
really
a show
fucked
about
up.
an incompetent alien trying to conquer Earth could get so out there? But Invader Zim doesn't know what the word limit means. Dark Harvest gets everyone talking as the most disturbing cartoon episode of all time, where Zim is stealing other kids' organs and replacing them with random objects. But Bad Rubber Piggy is the one that stuck in my mind the most. Where Zim
okay, like I'll use this to segue because I'm not gonna be able to watch this entire thing, but I will use this to segue into like how much I like Invader Zim, and particularly like to sit there and be like, yeah, Bad Rubber Piggy. I'm like, that's season 2, by the way. Like when you're talking about like a show that was able to like break away from its like chains essentially, the reason why Bad Rubber Piggy and like season 2 stuff in general is like, how do I explain this in an eloquent way that actually makes sense? Jonah Vasquez just kind of had free reign to do whatever he wanted. Like one of the most understood, one of the most misunderstood aspects about that show is that most people think that this show was canceled. It wasn't. The creator of the show decided to not do it anymore. That was it. And there was multiple times where Jonah Vasquez has said, it wasn't canceled. I just didn't want to do it anymore because I couldn't stand to see the show that I made be basically joyroad by fans. In other words, the fans were incapable of understanding what the show was really about. They couldn't understand the jokes. They didn't understand what was really there. He had to continuously put these kind of like little random moments in there. And of course, like you got to remember, I think the show was off the air like 2 years after it came out. You know, I think it came out in like 1999 was the pilot. I think in 2000 the first season came out, and then in 2001 half of the second season came out, and the last half of the season was aired over the course of like 2 more years. It was one of those shows where he made 2 seasons of the show after the first season was successful, and ended up doing a lot of merchandising, licensing stuff. And what happened was he met his fans and hated them severely. And they had no effect on the actual series itself. So like it's one of the only shows that I know of where half of the show, the first half of it, is pretty much the pilot and its concept being provided to the network. Like, hey, we can make this show for kids. And then the second half of the show is like, I'm just going to fuck around and do whatever I want as far as sci-fi concepts go. Which some of them aren't really too understandable, but like later on in the second half of the series, like it was one of those things where for me as a like 9-year-old, a 10-year-old, it was like a very formative moment in my life to watch something like that, because you're not allowed to watch adult television yet, and the things that were made for adults at that time that we could watch, like The Simpsons, an early Family Guy, and I'm trying to think, like 1999 and 2000. I mean, like, I guess because a lot of those shows were already off the air by that time. You're talking like Duckman or, God, I mean, like, what else was there at that time? But like, those shows are formulaic to an extent, right? They're extremely formulaic. To watch something like Mortos del Soul Stealer or Bad Tale of Chickenfoot, Chickenfoot, all the episodes without Zim, basically. Chickenfoot is, to me, like one of the funniest things. I've talked about it before, but I'm like, it's one of the funniest things that's ever been made. I can't even really express it, too. It's one of those shows, one of those episodes where everything they did is funny. Like, everything is in it is funny. The world building is funny. And now I'm sounding like a freaking idiot, but like the point being this. There's a million things that you could talk about with that show. Damn, I'm just looking at them, and the Rogan sphere is rapidly falling off. It's like, you guys, you keep saying that. I mean, Tony Hinchcliffe, I mean, I don't want to go on a tangent of a tangent, my guy, but like, I'll get to that. You know, the Invaderism thing, I'll just have to, like, I'm already like, fuck, I saw that, damn it. It's like watching a car crash in front of you and being like, I can't, what was I saying? I don't even remember, who cares? Yeah, no, Invaderism has like a million things that you could talk about. Like, you could talk about way more than this. That looks like a penis. Talk about MLP. Well, I don't care. This is something that doesn't matter. Sam and Max is cool. I like Sam and Max. Good show. Flapjack. Birdman episode. Japan flavor episode. I never watched that. That's the 3D version of of this crap. And then American. He's talking about American Dad. Dan Versus, which is one of the worst. I couldn't get into Dan Versus. It's a show for people who have never like been able to be like actual members of society, like people who don't have a day job, who are like living off of welfare. I wouldn't even say living off of welfare. I would say like living with their mom and dad, and they're like, "Yeah, you tell them, Dan." It's like that kind of thing. Walt Disney's on. Oh, is this Mad TV? Yeah, it's Mad TV. My Life as a Teenage Robot, which is just a fetish show. Courage. All right. I don't know what this is. Dude, I forgot that they had a show. Tailspin. He's talking about spin-off shows, I guess, and now he was talking about Lilo and Stitch. I was like, what is this? Gumball. Damn, bro, I know all these stupid cartoons. Oh, Racist Frog. Futurama. I was like, what? That's not Lilo. Dog episode. Why is it? Oh, I guess this was like Christmas time that he was reviewing this stuff. Pilot for some show that I remember that I watched this. And I was like, I don't know why people are going crazy for this. This looks like weird, like, you know, just like a show. Yeah. Danny Phantom, that episode that the guy based wanting to kill people off of. Puff the Magic Dragon. Okay. Puff the Magic Crackhead. Teen Titans. Which episode is this one? This is like one of the worst episodes. I don't know why he's reviewing that one. At least you could have reviewed the Mad Mod one or the Control Freak one, but like you reviewed that instead. Teen Titans Go, which is one of the worst shows ever made. Oh my god! Of course he likes. Yeah, sprite work. Oh, nerd sprites. Oh, it's so cool. Video games. Billy and Mandy, he likes music too, like shitty music. he's the only, like, I don't know anybody else who's just like, yeah, the music is really good. It's like, music's like not good. It's like fucking corny. The whatever house, I don't remember what this is called. Loud House, I think. I don't even know what that is, but it has more sprite work. This is Sonic, PPG, Foster's. He's gonna review an episode of Foster's. Jesus Christ, there's so many of these. This Star versus shit. Fucking Steven Universe, which is terrible. Johnny Test, which is also very bad, but like better than Steven Universe. Disney's Recess, which is probably one of the better shows that he's reviewed so far. I don't even want to say how long all this took. He's like giving you like a check-in. Oh, this is Dexter's Lab. That's I remember that one. Rick and Morty, Pickle Rick, I guess. He's talking about some Ren and Stimpy. What the hell is this? Static Shock? Superhero Static Shock. Woo woo. Oh, it's the episode his friend gets shot. They're like, we want to make an episode about Static Shock where someone gets shot. They're like, yeah, you can't do that. It's going to be racist. Can we shoot the white kid? Sure. All right, got it. Tiny Toons Adventures. The one about alcohol. They get drunk. Kids Next Door. I know who Blackstreet is. It's fucking Rugrats. Jackie Chan Adventures. Oh, Jackie. Dave the Barbarian. The worst show ever made. Literally, except for Nigel, everything else in the show is awful. Nigel's the only funny person in the entire show. Regular Show. Billy Mitchell. Fuck Carl Jobst. This is Kablam. Rocko's Modern Life. That's Domocon. I didn't even know Domocon had a show. I have no idea what this is. Don't know. Looks bad. Looks like a bad show. Don't know what this is. This is it's Pony. I don't know what that is. I live in the Earth. I wasn't even reading. I didn't even notice that there was a thing at the bottom. I could have read that. I'm in a flap. This is Rupert. I watched Rupert when I was a kid. This is Juniper Lee. I did read that at the bottom. That's King of the Hill. Cat Scratch. That literally, it said Cat Scratch, so I know it's Cat Scratch. It's told by Ginger, which is one of the most depressing shows ever made. I don't know what this is. It's a show about God. God, the Devil, and Bob. Lloyd in Space. Yeah, I do know Lloyd in Space. It's a terrible show. Very bad. I wouldn't know. Oh yeah, cartoons. This is like a pilot thing. It's Freakazoid. I don't know what this is. I don't care. This is Superman. What was it? Justice League? Justice League. Dude, Goof Troop. Yeah, Goof Troop. I don't know what this is. Something. Ozzy and Drix. I didn't even click through to it. I just read the thing on the bottom. Sticking Around, which is, he was talking about that in the other video. I was just comparing Chamberlain Heights to Sticking Around is so funny to me because it's like, it would be like being like, well, you know, South Park is interesting, but it's no Blue's Clues. It's like, it's no, like they're ripping off Blue's Clues. Like, oh, he did review Duckman. Look at that.
The Beautiful. All of the adult cartoons today that focus on sitcom or satire owe a lot to Duckman. This show was super important for the development of animation, but today it seems to be completely forgotten. It stars Duckman, this rotten sleaze that's supposed to be both a private investigator and a family man.
He did miss a little bit.
And he isn't too good at either of them. This episode is a missing persons case. The missing woman? America. And so Duckman is forced to go throughout history and figure out where the hell she's been through the 50s, the 60s, the 80s, all the way up to the today of the 90s.
The today.
In 2024, this episode is a very unique watch. And
You
I
mean
this is a good
the
example
current
of
modern
tension
era?
getting Into, even if the characters act a little weird to fit the satire.
It appears they don't allow people of color in this community.
Johnny Bravo, the
all right, look, that's good. I just want to know what he said about it. You do have to also know. Okay, so for Duckman, like the big thing about Duckman is Jason Alexander, obviously a big part of it, but it's not just that. It's like it's the Class B Shupo art style, and then the writing is very esoteric. There's a lot of esoteric writing. Like it's very there's a lot of gags that are sight gags that are based on not just metaphorical stuff, but what was that, like, you know, double entendres and wordplay and things like that. So props to him for saying that it was very important. But of course, I found it really funny because it's like, okay, I mean, there's like literally like hundreds of, there's like, what is it, like 70 something episodes of Duckman? There's like 6 seasons of Duckman. And the last season has like 20 episodes. They did the same thing with I Am Weasel they did with Duckman. Johnny Bravo. Phantom Investigators. I didn't even know about that. I've never heard of this show. I don't know what this is. Looks like it's for kids. And then it's over. I wanted to see him just talk about things that are actually for adults. Like this was a year ago. He was a 32-year-old man making this. I just wanted to see him talk about stuff that like an adult would. And he clearly cares, like, it has more of an attention span for children's cartoons than he does for like anything made for adults. And he can't figure out why things that are made for adults are made for adults. Like, he can't figure that out. So that's my whole point with Mr. Enter. And it's been a fascinating deep dive into that. Now, these slop videos, the Rogan sphere is rapidly falling off. I'll talk a little bit about the Rogan sphere stuff. My update on that, because I did spend a little bit of time talking about Rogan sphere stuff. I mean, wrong one. The Rogan sphere thing is kind of funny. So I've talked about this before. I think the whole drop off thing is not that. It's that they can't keep Gen Z interested. Like, they started out with like a lot of those people like being like, yeah, I got into podcasting because of Joe Rogan, and and then you got like Kill Tony and stuff like that, where you got a lot of Gen Z people that are like starting to get interested in comedy. The problem is that, I mean, let's just be real. The comedy that they're getting into is worse than the comedy that was around 25 years ago. Do you know what was around 25 years ago? You know what the comedy landscape was like back then? It was like Tonight Show comedians. Like, people going out on the stage and talking about like, hey, so, I got my ticket here to, airplanes. And, I came over here. Boy, are my arms tired. I flew over here. Boy, are my arms tired. That sort of thing, where it's like, I know that's more like 70s and 80s stuff, but like in the 90s, it became kind of more like, I'm trying to think of like the best example for this, but it would be like, yeah, isn't it crazy? You call a phone number and you can pick up and someone will pick up and tell you what all the screening times are for movies. Wouldn't it be really cool if you could do that, but you could get porn instead? Which of course was back in the day, it makes no sense now. But back in the day, that would have been like a major joke, like where it'd be like, yeah, just imagine a movie phone, but it's porno phone. And then you'd have like a, hello, welcome to porno phone. Like, that's the kind of comedy that was going on back then. But it was structured. So it was like relevancy stuff. Nowadays, it's literally just like, look at this fat fuck over here. Haha, look at you, fat fuck. Hey, fat fuck. Hey, and a bunch of slurs. Which is like not really funny. And I don't mean that in like a, like, oh, you need to be more talented kind of way. I mean, like, not really funny because it's not really funny. Like it's funnier to have some, like when I watched that clip of Patrice O'Neal getting like Ralphie May, and Ralphie May is just like making a bunch of terrible black jokes, and Patrice O'Neal just goes, because he's like it's a show like Kung Fu, but it's get out my way, fool. Hey, it's got my beeper with all my contacts for white women. You must snatch it out of my hand, like that sort of thing. And then he's just like, and then Patrice O'Neal gets his chance. He's just like, yeah, it's a show. I got a show for you. It's Ralphie May tries to stand on one foot, or like tries to stand up, tries to stay vertical. He's like, and it's starring the thing in front of Ralphie May, like in Ralphie May's pants, like his gut. Making fun of his gut is like, it's like that kind of thing where like you have to sting, And I think a lot of these comedians they're not stinging, and like what they're realizing is that they're going on stage, and like Tony Hinchcliffe is one of the least funny people. Like it's one of those situations where you're like, I don't know how this guy got up to that level. Like it doesn't make any sense. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, I think that the reason why is because people wanted connections to connections. Like looking at this video and seeing Joe Rogan's face, it's like Joe Rogan's like a 50-something-year-old man. Like his podcast has nothing to do with comedy, more so than it does to an extent, but I get that he tries to be a comedian, which I've already talked about my opinion about that. I have already talked about how like piggybacking off of your nerdy knowledge of comedy and being like, well, I'm a stand-up comedian, and then like being like, hey, well, and Karening out over Carlos Mencia, which was like his whole introduction to that, and that like getting him like good boy points with the comedy crew, like comedy scene in LA, which is the whole point, is like he got good boy points. That's it. And so he's like, you get your good boy points from the comedy scene, and then you become like a staple, even though you're not really a staple. You're just a guy who comes to the comedy club and has money because you are because you have a show on television called Fear Factor, where people eat penises, animal penises. Okay. So like all that trickles down into where we're at now. And like there are people who are going to be like, don't say that, Sean Glass. Why would you fucking say that? It's like you're going to be put into a... It's like, what fucking position am I putting myself into? Exactly. Like how? The only influence that Joe Rogan's ever had on me is I bought an SM7B. Like and that's just because of circumstances. I was trying to buy an SM7 and I was drunk and I thought it was an SM7, but it was an SM7B. That's why I have an SM7B. I was trying to buy an SM7. You can make an SM7B sound like an SM7. It's not that hard. All right, I need to use the restroom. I have not used the restroom in multiple hours, and I've been streaming like all day. It's crazy. I'm trying to think, like, do I have any other things to talk about other than Mr. Enter and fucking getting mad at? Well, the Rogan Sphere stuff is it is like there are people who are getting interjected into it, and they need to stop being interjected into it. And I think the more introdiverse the comedy scene is, the better it is. I mean, clearly, like comedians are better when they're in their own element. Particularly East Coast comedians. West Coast comedians, not quite a thing anymore. So, I mean, like going on, like having your own material is like, it's hard because like a lot of us out here in the West Coast, it's like either it's like cultural comedy. Like, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna go onto a stage and be like, yeah, so how about those H-1Bs? Like, what am I gonna fucking do? Come on, man. Hey, hey, doing a fucking Norm Macdonald impression. So what's up with all that? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No, I'm done now. Okay. I think I should. I'm officially done. We're done. I'm sorry. I went on a little too long with